So the growing institutional crypto custody market is expected to reach a staggering 10 trillion by 2030. Yes, please. Hey, what's up guys? Kevin Cage here with another crypto update. Hope everybody's doing well. We're going to dive into XRP, Casper, and HBAR. I have a few looks I want to share with you and then some big news. And also I'm going to try to do this video super fast because I'm exhausted. I completed 75 hard back in April and I just started phase 1. So I have to grab a second workout tonight and get a bunch done, but we will keep pushing forward. So first up, we have Casper versus Cardano. We often compare these two because they're both layer 1s, and similar to Casper, Cardano also crashed 98% during the last bear market. We can see just below 2 cents. Casper, very similar structure in terms of distribution during a sell-off, and keep in mind it was launched during the peak of a bull run and is yet to experience a bull run. So friendly reminder from the all-time low for a variety of L1s, we know that ADA actually did, and I'll show you on this side, did from the all-time low at like 1.8 cents all the way up to its all-time high around 310. It's technically over a 160x return. And we also know HBAR did about a 60x from its all-time low, of course, and then even Algo did a 20 to 25x from its all-time low. And I do believe that long-term, these weekly candle bodies around 60 cents will be important. We have an open gap at 43 cents. And then other than that, some other obvious levels would be this double top right there around that 20 to 24 cent level. You can see also a wick right there backtesting the same trend line. And if we took the market cap of Casper and applied a Fibonacci retracement from the high to the low, a 4.236 Fibonacci extension would take us to this exact price, around 20 cents. So I do think that's pretty interesting. We're also going to show a few other confluences for that level. So remember ADA, 98% drop, and from that all-time high around $1.30, it did not actually surpass it for over 1,100 days. So several years of just waiting, several years of me watching people call Cardano a scam because they don't understand what a bear market is and how brutal it really can be. You can see after distribution, being in sell-off, smart money begins accumulating. We get this retracement, almost like a double bottom coming back down to its previous launch price. And once we started getting above the 50-week MA, this yellow line, we kept that momentum. Yes, there's pullbacks during an uptrend, but you can see for the most part, we didn't even backtest it. Other charts you may see us actually backtest and ride this 50 MA, but ADA was just a top performer in this market. Now we had a crazy wick back here all the way down to it, but that wick got immediately bought back up. And you can see during the bear market, almost hitting it, and then boom, flip to resistance, and that's the sign to get the heck out. So comparing Casper to bottoming structures for Bitcoin in 2015, Bitcoin in 2019, Bitcoin after 2020, it looks very similar. So of course, it's going to be different. We can't just say this fractal is going to happen like for like. But I do believe these structures are very similar in terms of accumulation and getting these signs of strength. Now, considering the fundamentals, don't even get me started. I have tons of videos and I highly recommend checking them out. We know that the 1.5 upgrade is coming. We know that $7 to $10 billion in aggregate or total value is going to be minted on the public Casper chain with IPW. We know the firm BCG is estimating 16 trillion to as high as 68 trillion in tokenized volume by 2030. I know that's absolutely insane. But we have to understand that NFTs are much bigger than just JPEGs or pictures of monkeys. There's some cool crypto NFT projects out there, but we have not seen institutional use cases at scale. Music royalties, intellectual property, deeds to property, leasing agreements, etc. So I shared on my Instagram right here some of the papers and reports by Swift along with Boston Consultancy Group and their expectations. Highly conservative forecast, tokenization potential of 68 trillion by 2030 in best case scenario. And their basic estimate or their lower forecast is 16.16 trillion, which is still huge. So what do we know? The future is going to be tokenized. We also know that enterprises want hybrid solutions. They cannot just be 100% public, they have to be hybrid. So they want to have certain aspects of privacy as well, and thanks to Casper, it's upgradable. Now, why on earth would tokenized assets or globally illiquid assets want to plug in, be interoperable with, or even exist on top of a public crypto network? What's the benefit of crypto? Do we even need crypto? And remember that the president of IPW that is minting the patents on Casper's public chain, $7 to $10 billion, even in the video clip said that he believes Casper will be one of the dominant public chains to keep records of intangibles or intangible assets. So a huge percentage of the S&P 500 market value, over $30 trillion, is in fact intangibles. So trillions of dollars are up for grabs specifically for these tokenized assets to run on top of some of these chains. So I believe, and I'm hoping that it's Casper, HBAR, and a few others, and I do believe it's going to be a couple dozen. So why would these crypto networks want to connect to a public crypto network or run on top of them? So we shared previously the benefit of being on a public network would be better security. You also have liquidity, which is very important, but then you can actually cross-reference your public instance to your private instance. So you have an audit trail. So it's very powerful in terms of security, transparency, and a lot of these enterprises are going to be doing this. The future is hybrid for enterprise adoption. It is not 100% public. I love Bitcoin. I think it's here to stay, but in terms of enterprise adoption, it is not going to be Bitcoin. Now, could huge banks and custodians add a lot of Bitcoin to their balance sheet? Absolutely. And there's some big news with Tether that could actually further prop up the Bitcoin price, which we'll talk about. So we have this gentleman at Casper Scan share this chart. Casper Bitcoin, there are too many bullish images on the chart. Get ready for a perfect rally if I'm not mistaken. And just looking at the chart here, we can see finding support for the Casper Bitcoin price chart. And this, if we did challenge that previous swing high, is a 146% move to the upside versus Bitcoin. Now remember, back in April, I shared this chart, and we can see up top, this is Casper versus Bitcoin, so the Casper Bitcoin chart versus the Cardano Bitcoin price chart. So these are both on the 2-day time frame, and we had an open gap right here on the Huobi or Wobi price chart. And of course, TradingView, like clockwork, always deletes certain charts that I'm looking at. They did that with Q&T during the bull run, because now I can't, look at the full price history. You can on like CoinTrader, but I like TradingView better. But anyways, I saved some additional charts as well, and then we can show you an updated look and just essentially comparing what ADA did last cycle, finding its bottom, finally getting some golden crosses for these MAs, one last peak, drop, and then taking off. We can see that's a 400% move to the upside. Overall, even from that level, technically it did a 1400% move from the all-time low to the all-time high. So basically a 15x return. And we're showing Casper at current levels, and we'll map it out as well. We can see here, this is back in April, and we can measure the percent return to this previous swing high along with the open gap. So let's pull that chart up really quick. So right here, we're using the Casper Bitcoin chart on CoinEx because TradingView keeps deleting everything I have, and we can see an open gap. So even from current price for the Casper Bitcoin chart to come up to that previous swing high, it is almost a 200% increase, which is a 3x return. If we were to close this open gap on the Casper Bitcoin chart, that's a 370% increase, or technically a 4.7x. Now, if we took the current Casper price right there at 4.8 cents, we'll do 0.048 times 4.7. Because keep in mind, this is the percent increase. You have to include the initial investment. So times 4.7. And we're going to get about 22 cents. Why is 22 cents interesting? It's because we have a variety of confluences at those levels, including the market cap hitting a 4.236 Fibonacci extension. So I thought that was pretty interesting. We can compare a variety of levels. Even ADA, after breaking out of accumulation, starts moving and drawing some waves. You can see just coming up to different levels of resistance like clockwork. So if we did get a big impulse, we got some good news, big partnerships. We're finally a T1 exchange listing on Binance, Coinbase, Kraken, etc. I would hope over time we could smash these levels. So now coming back here to Cardano and Bitcoin, you can see 1400% or a 15x from the all-time low. Now we're aware that Cardano did a 160x on the US dollar chart. And if Casper were to even do something similar, like a 1400% move, that would be incredible, but technically we don't have the price history because this goes back to June, and Casper actually launched in May, so we do not have the actual price history on this chart currently, but we could look on CoinTrader probably. If we did exactly what Cardano did, that would be much higher, but if we didn't, I mean, to me, this is still very, very doable. Right there, 3x, and right there is like a 4.7 or almost a 5x return. And if we're looking at the all-time low, that's about a 900% or 10x return from the bottom. So if I were to guess, I'm basically just monitoring these levels, and this could in fact have been our bottom. Now, of course, we could have a black swan. Anything is possible in crypto, but per these breakouts, and we're maintaining above these moving averages, things look good. So let's actually hope that, where we're at today, maintaining above these moving averages, that we're actually somewhere similar before a nice breakout. So I do think that, 2023, we still have about 6 months. I think we're going to have some upside and at least retrace a little bit, mainly because there's a variety of assets, including Ocean, Fetch, Render. They've all reached like their R1 or R2 pivot, and they've reached other levels that I'm looking at for Casper. So it seems like Casper's following, and this is the same thing I was betting on when Casper was 2 to 3 cents, and we're getting it slowly but surely. Also remember that Casper Labs will be speaking at the SALT conference, which is going to be absolutely massive. You can see right there on NASDAQ just highlighting SALT. And of course, we have Brad Garlinghouse, another win for transparency, the unredacted Hinman emails to be publicly available soon. Stay tuned as the lawyers work through the mechanics to make this happen. So we got this news today that Ripple takes on the crypto custody market with Medico. So I'm not sure how to actually pronounce this, but really quick. So the growing institutional crypto custody market is expected to reach a staggering 10 trillion by 2030. Yes, please. We can see Medico is a Swiss-based provider of digital asset custody and tokenization technology. I automatically like it because it's based in Switzerland, so already friendly regulatory clarity, they can be progressive, etc. And that's exactly why Casper Labs is based in Switzerland, and they didn't do an ICO in the US. Medico is a proven leader in institutional digital asset custody with an exceptional executive bench and a truly unmatched customer track record. So what's next for crypto custody? So we know BNY Mellon currently offers digital asset custody. They are a multi-trillion-dollar custodian, one of the world's largest banks. And remember, the retired vice chairman sits on the board of PolySign. So Anders Zell, a must-follow, says this: I just had a thought. Just imagine two successful entities constructed largely by the same two great minds, utilizing XRP in different ways, not really related to each other. What a powerful force that could be. Because T+0 is asking David Schwartz, is Medico, that was just acquired by Ripple, in competition with PolySign and Standard Custody? So Joel Katz, or David Schwartz, says, to some extent, yes. They're not exact competitors because Standard Custody is a custodian and Medico is a technology provider. A Ripple PolySign deal was not as good a fit because PolySign's roadmap leads in a different direction from Ripple's. Interesting. We have Cowboy Crypto right here. This is what Medico has been up to as of recently. So we can see collaborating with VP Bank to provide tokenization. DZ Bank, Germany's second largest bank, partners with Medico for digital asset custody. Awesome. So, I mean, think about this, guys. The second largest bank in Germany partnered with Medico, and Ripple acquired Medico. So I hope that there is some push for XRP adoption and utility, whether it's used as a payment token, whether it's held on balance sheets post-settlement if there's regulatory clarity. So I'm sure that XRP would be pushed as an option because remember, this is based in Switzerland, so they can. Of course, the United States having regulatory clarity would help massively, but Switzerland, Japan, the UK, basically areas in the Middle East, they already have regulatory clarity. So you got BNP Paribas, another huge bank, selects Fireblocks, Medico for digital asset custody, great to see. So yeah, just working on some big things. Union Bank goes live on Medico, harmonized to launch cryptocurrency services. So it seems like a lot of banks are connecting. We have Citi right here, partners with Medico to develop institutional digital asset custody. Boom. I'm probably forgetting so much, but thank you, Cowboy Crypto, for sharing this. We even have IBM ventures further into crypto custody with Medico. Awesome. So Medico partners with IBM for secure digital asset orchestration. So this is potentially a lot bigger than even I thought at first glance. So Brad Garlinghouse, a key part of crypto infrastructure, custody, and will be able to support customers with the tech to custody, issue, send, and settle any type of tokenized asset. That is massive. As Brad says, this is massive. Ripple and Medico already share a focus on enterprise utility, regulatory compliance, and a global first mindset that will help us deliver the best possible experience to our institutional customer base around the world. And I know there's a lot of people that hate on XRP, but damn, like how could you count them out? Of course, we're waiting on the lawsuit, but there's just years and years of information and partnerships with the biggest organizations in the world. I cannot count XRP out. Am I happy about price action? Absolutely not. But how on earth can you dismiss XRP? You see, I mean, it's funny. Some of the biggest Bitcoin maxis in the space and biggest YouTubers and Twitter personalities that bashed XRP years ago now talk about XRP like they've supported it for years, and all these new people have no idea. So Brad Garlinghouse goes on to say, coming out of one of the coldest crypto winters yet, I'm incredibly bullish about Ripple's trajectory. Me too. So we have Matthew Liony, another must follow on crypto Twitter, sharing Ripple taking on Medico for the acquisition. And here are some of the partners of Medico. So these are not small groups. We have DBS, which is a huge bank. They're on Hedera's governing council as well. And they're in Singapore, one of the largest AUM banks. We have Signum. We have BBVA. We have Citi, one of the biggest. We have BNP Paribas. Union Bank, just massive organizations, and this gets me excited for large banks potentially in the future with clarity holding XRP or actually using it, as Brad said, for tokenized assets. And just go back to that Instagram post I made going over the report. We were talking a couple dozen trillion, and even that Ripple report said $10 trillion by 2030 for crypto custody on an institutional basis. So I hope we can just look back in a few years and laugh and just realize that it was all worth it, but time will tell. Now, related to Hedera, we have Zepsi, an absolute must follow. So we have right here another governing council member. So this COFRA, C-O-F-R-A, I'm basically just going to say CNA, as we can see right here, CNA Europe. is excited to announce that Cofra Holding, the CNA Europe parent enterprise with over 60,000 employees in businesses in real estate, sustainable food, clean energy, fashion, private equity, and asset management, has joined the council. So alongside some of the world's largest companies, you can see LG, IBM, Google. There's DBS, remember, partnered with Medico. Ripple's recently acquired Custodian. And this bank does have a crypto trading desk, and they actually have XRP live, but to my knowledge, they don't have HBAR live yet, so I am speculating that they will have HBAR in the future. Same thing with Nomura. They're building DeFi solutions, so I'm absolutely betting that they will have HBAR integrations or some type of utility in the future, if not already. So this is an awesome thread by Zepsi. I'll try to be quick, but we can see just regarding different markets. So we have a fashion retail company, 1,300 stores in Europe, 300 stores in Brazil. We have right here potential existing use case types on Hedera that CNA could actually help build out. So we have this group right here, the new standard for luxury fashion industry to connect offline and online through the one-to-one NFT collateralization of each product. We have Avery Dennison and Atma.io actively tracking over 22 billion items tracked on the mainnet of Hedera, so accounting for 70% of all HBAR transactions in history over the past, 4 to 6 months. Crazy. AVC Global for supply chain tracking. You have an investment group right here with 15 billion AUM. Wow. You have Hedera Guardian for a refi ecosystem, and of course Aberdeen for fund tokenization, and they have over $500 billion. It's still over 500 billion when you convert it. AUM on their platform as a wealth manager. So they're tokenizing money market funds first, and I know that they also said real estate. So this is an awesome thread for anybody that holds HBAR or would like to learn more. DLA Piper, also a Casper partner, and Toko, their tokenization engine. We have real estate tokenization right here, Red Swan. I remember seeing this group, but I've actually never looked at it. So commercial real estate, accessible, affordable, tradable. Okay, so note to self, look at Red Swan. All types of stuff. But anyways, let's move to the next topic. I could go on and on. We have over 72 million Casper on the move, about 3.4 million US dollars. We'll take a look at this wallet and see what's up and see if we can see any types of WASM deploys. So this seems to be just a standard transfer, as we can see. We'll go to the actual public key really quick, and what we'll do is go under deploys. So you can see this is just a standard transfer, no WASM or anything. So curious what this could be. Of course, we can speculate and hope that it would in fact be a Binance listing, which would be absolutely awesome. My personal thoughts, not financial advice, is that we do get listed on Binance this year. So we have about 6 months left, give or take. And regarding Algorand, we had right here the Bank of Italy announcing the winning project selected for support from the Milano Hub, their fintech accelerator. Algorand is proud that the project submitted by Algorand in Italy, which focused on creating a sovereign bonds tokenization platform, was among those chosen. Very cool. We have Algo Family built on Algorand, approaching 200,000 NFT tickets or NF tickets already, thanks to Argentina and TravelX. So you can actually track this on Algo Explorer, which is pretty cool. And he's actually retweeting right here, TravelX. So what an incredible time we had at this conference. The TravelX team was thrilled to be a part of this groundbreaking event, showcasing our innovative NFT ticket or NF ticket technology to the travel industry's brightest minds. So basically in Argentina, and fun fact, I actually lived in Buenos Aires, the capital, for quite some time. We have South American Airlines and their NF tickets on Algorand's blockchain. So they're creating a secondary market for airlines ticket inventory. These smart tickets are governed by smart contracts, enable secure, flexible, and efficient ticket distribution, reducing customer service costs and increasing revenue for airlines as they collect a percentage of NFT ticket sales on the secondary market. So there's a lot to unpack there. Just imagine NFT utility is massive. They can reduce costs, they can increase revenue, they can collect a percentage of secondary sales for all NFTs or all types of certificates, whatever they assign an NFT to. So this is huge. And they say in quotes, likely the largest use case of utility NFTs we've seen. I disagree. That's going to be IPW with Casper, 7 to 10 billion right there. And as far as I know, they're only working with TravelX right now, but as we just shared, they're in talks with other airlines. So that's good, but it doesn't seem like they're on the verge of launching something gigantic anytime soon. I know we saw 200,000 tickets, which is a start, but I want to see millions and billions. So customers can trade, transfer to another traveler, or resell their tickets with full transparency and confidence. So you truly own your actual ticket and you can control it. and even innovative payment methods using these NFT or NF tickets as collateral, all contributing to a more efficient and personalized experience for customers. So we are in such early days of Web3, and this is just a taste. We are seeing actual enterprise adoption and real-world use cases. I know it's a bumpy ride, there's tons of volatility, but this is what you want to see in an emerging asset class. So we have Fly Bondi or Fly Bondi, first ultra low-cost airline in Argentina. And TravelX is a tech company. And last but not least, we have iTrustCapital linked in the video description. I've been using this platform for over 3 years for my Roth IRA to have tax-free trading and tax-free investing and paying 0% in capital gains. So keep in mind, it is completely free. There is no monthly fee, hidden fee, custodian fee, or management fee. There's just a 1% transaction fee if you decide to trade. So personally, I've had my Roth IRA in crypto since 2019, even with another provider previously. But if I turn it into, say, $5 million or $10 million, something crazy, I can always withdraw from the crypto market and leave altogether. I can take that money and then do a rollover back to Vanguard or Fidelity and just have a typical Roth IRA in the S&P 500 if I so choose. I just want to take advantage of the volatility in any nascent asset class, and yes, there is risk in everything. But be sure to check out iTrustCapital. You guys can look at the reviews, you can understand how assets are stored. They have over $6.8 billion in transactions. You can see 2,000 plus 5-star reviews. You can click Trustpilot, click Google, look at the worst reviews, and decide for yourselves. You can reach out to them anytime by just clicking support up here. You can submit a request. You can see basically how to walk through and fund your account in different types of options or different types of accounts. I also recommend going to the Learn tab, and you can do some basic crypto education, learn about precious metals, security, etc. So if we click crypto, we can see learning about individual projects. And a friendly reminder, they will be launching private placement, tokenized real estate, and a variety of other crypto assets with their recent integration with Fortress. I know that that's what they've been working on for the past few weeks. So I am just waiting and excited to see HBAR and QNT on this platform. I've been waiting forever, but hopefully sooner than later. So be sure to check out the link in the video description. When you fund your account, you'll also get a $100 funding reward. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will catch you in the next one. And huge thanks to all that hit the like button and share. If you enjoyed this video, I'd greatly appreciate if you could hit the like button. Let me know your thoughts down below, and my link tree is linked in the top of this YouTube video description with all links, crypto resources, and discounts. I'll catch you in the next one.